Hey guys, I'm back. All right, you remember this from last time? Well, today in our reading lesson, we are going to be learning about main idea. And at the end of our lesson, you will get to open up another surprise. I wonder what this one is. This one was pretty good. All right, so let's start off with main idea. Now, we've gone over this in class a couple of times. I would say more than a couple of times. So here we go. Let's review some main idea. So main idea, what the passage is mostly about. And you've seen this in our class before. It's on our wall. So to find the main idea, you are going to do these 3 steps. Now, these first 3 steps can go in any order when you're reading, because you're going to stop and think. We always stop and think about our reading. So if you find one of these while you're reading, you may want to underline it or like put a little star next to it. We've talked about this before in class. However, this last one, number 4, is what you're going to do at the very end when you're done reading. So let's go over these. So you're going to look for important details, those details, those facts that are important, not just like fluff, but important ones. You're going to look at those text features. That includes the title, the pictures, any subheadings, any sidebars, any text features around it. Those things are going to help you also know the main idea. You're going to find the topic. Now, we've always said the topic was 1 to 2 words, but if you remember the last 2 weeks of lessons that we taught in class, I said it can be 1 to 2 words or a few words. It's just not a complete sentence, because the main idea is going to be a complete sentence. So a topic is just a few words of what they're talking about. All right, and remember, at the end, to help you do this, you can look for those clues and look at the beginning and the end of the passage. So if it's multiple paragraphs, you're going to look at that first paragraph. If it's the last paragraph. If it's just one paragraph, you're going to look towards the beginning and you're going to look towards the end, because they always have that topic sentence and then they have the conclusion sentence. So those are good clues of where the main idea also could be. And then at the very end, you're going to ask yourself, what do all of these have in common? So what is like the topic sentence, the conclusion sentence, the details, the important details, the text features, and even the topic have in common? And when you figure out what they all have in common, and that is what the passage is mostly about. Now, we've gone over this in class. I'm going to put this back here. Hopefully this stays and doesn't fall. Let's see if I can get it to stay. Okay, it won't stay. So we're just going to put it to the side and I'll come back to it. All right, so let's get started with our passage, our first passage. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Here we go. So here is the first passage. So the first thing you always do, just like in the directions it says here, the first thing you always do is you read the passage. That what it says exactly right there, those first directions. And then choose the best answers for each question. All right, so let's read the passage. The farmer and the volcano. There are volcanoes all over the world. Some have been still for thousands of years. Others erupt from time to time. Every once in a while, a new volcano is born. This happened in 1943 in the village of Mexico. A few days before the volcano erupted, a farmer named Dioniso Polito was working in his field. He noticed that the ground was getting warmer. Several days later, the field cracked open. Steam and melted rock sprayed into the air. Then the ground began to bulge. The flat field grew into a hill. It grew higher and higher as the eruption and ash and lava continued. Dioniso Polito, I don't know if I'm saying that name right, but remember we talked about names, as long as you pronounce them or try to sound them out. It doesn't really matter how you say the name because it's not going to make a difference with your comprehension, as you can say any name and substitute it. Farm, and so Doniso Polito's farm and village were covered with ash and rock. This eruption finally stopped in 1952, and the volcano has been still ever since. So, man, I have a question while I was reading this. If it started in 1943 and it ended in 1952, how many years is that? Let's do a calculation. Let's see. I'm gonna get my pen ready. All right, if I had, let's see, I'm gonna write over here. 19, I don't know why it's not writing. Let's see. There we go. I forgot to turn my pen on again. I forget that I have to turn pins on when I'm writing. So it's 1952 is when it ended, and 1943 is when it began. So if I cross out the 5, make that a 4, put that there, that is 9 years. So for 9 years, it erupted. Oh my goodness, that's a long time. So that was just like a quick thinking out of the box to better understand it. But man, it destroyed his village too. So I'm really thinking about it. And what I know about volcanoes is that I remember from learning this from science last year in 2nd grade, that they collide and it goes up like this, and that's how it's like a mountain, and then it opens up, and that's how a volcano happens. And it's 2 plates of land that collide, and when they collide up, press up, and bulge like that, that is how a volcano happens. So interesting. All right, so let's start off. We're gonna try to find that main idea, which is number 1, because we just read it, we thought about it. Now we're gonna find that main idea. What is the main idea of this passage? Well, I remember it was about a volcano and it erupted for 9 years. Those are all details. Those are all my details. Let me look at some of my text features. Let's see. The farmer and the volcano. That's the title. There's a picture of a volcano erupting. Let me read the answer choices now. Most volcanoes have been still for thousands of years. A new volcano erupted in a village in Mexico in 1953. Doniso Polito lost his farm in Mexico. A volcano erupts with ash and lava. Which one is the passage mostly about? That main idea, what it's mostly about. Okay, so most volcanoes have been still for thousands of years. Wait a second. If you look, I'm going to go back in the text, and it says some have been still for thousands of years. So that is definitely a no. So I put an X right here. That is a no, because that says most, and the passage says some. So no, it came in A. A volcano erupted in a village in Mexico in 1943. Well, yeah, that happened. But is that what the story is mostly about? Because it says right here, this happened in 1943 in a village in Mexico. Is that what the whole story is about? That a new volcano erupted in a village in Mexico? Well, yeah. It goes on to tell you a few days before the volcano erupted, a farmer, it tells you about the farmer right here. And I'm going back and looking, and it talks about how it was getting warmer and how it cracked, and then steam came up and it bulged. So yeah, this is definitely a maybe. So I'm gonna put it in there. Next, C. Doniso Polito lost his farm in Mexico. Well, I remember it said that. It's right here. Let's see, at the very end, not the very end, it says Doniso's farm and village were covered with ash and rock. Is that what the whole thing is? That Doniso lost his farm? Was it all about that, though? Every single detail about that? Or it was mostly about? I actually think that is just an important detail. So no, it's not that one. All right. let's cross that out. A volcano erupts with ash and lava. Well, that is what a detail was about. The volcano erupted with ash and lava. It even said right here, we're covered with ash and rock, and the eruption of ash and lava continued. It was a volcano, so this is a maybe. So we have two maybes. A new volcano erupted in a village in Mexico in 1943. A volcano erupts with ash and lava. Well, when you say a volcano erupts with ash and lava, that's more like them telling you that detail that a volcano, like any volcano. But this whole passage, what it was mostly about, because it was about the farmer and the volcano, wasn't just about a volcano, it was about a specific volcano. So I'm going to I looked at those details, which is the title. I'm going to find that topic, which is part of the title. It's the volcano erupting. But what are all of these about? I'm going to go and use my clues down here, beginning and end. At the beginning, it says, oh, I even underlined it. In the beginning, it says, every once in a while, right here, every once in a while, a new volcano is born. This happened in 1943 in the village in Mexico. And in the beginning, we mostly have our main idea, those topic sentences, and there you go. Now, those other sentences before the one I underlined, these ones right here, those are a hook. There are volcanoes all over the world, but I didn't talk about volcanoes all over the world. That's just a hook to get you interested. But this right here is definitely the topic sentence. I'm going to continue to talk about it. So yeah, I definitely think it is B. B is the correct answer. So if you got B, awesome job. What is another good title for this passage? Another good title for this passage. So if you didn't know, some questions that you are going to get for main idea are going to be like, what is the title? What is another title for this passage? Now, the only way you can do that is knowing the main idea. Because if you know the main idea, you can come up with another passage. So another title, I mean. So we already know the main idea because we got it in number one. Number one, our answer was a new volcano erupts in a village in Mexico in 1943. So number two even still has to deal with the main idea. So this is a main idea question still, even though it's a little different than what is the main idea. It is telling you, asking you, what is another title for the passage? So you have to know the main idea to be able to do that. So let's see which one matches. A new volcano erupts in a village in Mexico in 1943. The birth of a volcano, farming in Mexico, volcanoes around the world, up on a hill. Well, that's an obviously outlier because we didn't talk about hills. So nope, cross that one out. Oops, let's cross that one out with my pen. Cross that one out. Okay, volcanoes around the world. I'm gonna go a little backwards on this one. Well, that was the first sentence, but that was not the main idea. We said that was a hook. So that's not, can't be it. The main idea was a new volcano erupted in a village in Mexico. So, that's the main idea right there. Which one? Is it a farming in Mexico or a birth of a volcano? Well, I definitely think it's F because a new volcano erupted in Mexico. So it's saying the birth of a volcano, where G talks about farming in Mexico. This passage didn't talk anything about farming in Mexico. It talked about a farmer, but not actually farming, like planting crops. So it definitely has to be F. So F is the correct answer. All right, next, number 3. What did Dioniso Polito notice when he was working in his field? All right, his field had a crack in it. A volcano had stopped erupting. His field was covered with ash, or the ground was getting warmer. Let's see. Well, what did he notice in his field? So I'm going to go back and look for some, because this question is a detailed question. So I need to know an important fact. Remember, ways to find the main idea is you have to know those details. So I'm going to find an important fact. Let's see. I'm going to look for the key words. I would say Donaniso noticed. Those were some keywords. Let's see if I can find that in my text. Going back. He noticed. There we go. Let me read that sentence now. That the ground was getting warm. So it would be D. The ground was getting warmer. There you go. I went back and I underlined and found it by using those keywords. All right, number 4. Let me go ahead and move this down. And I'm going to clear everything off. So we can just do number 4. So clear my drawings. There we go. So let's just do number 4. All right. If you didn't get the other ones, I'm going to dot them so you can see. Oop, I have to turn on my pen again. All right, there we go. Remember, it was D, and then F was the answer there, and then B was this answer. All right, so now let's go to 4. The passage says, then the ground began to bulge. What does bulge mean in the sentence? All right, so this is our context clue. We have to figure out this word. We've talked about this in class. We have a poster in class for this too. First thing you need to do is you think about the sentence. Reread it. Well, then the ground began to bulge. Okay, so something happened to the ground and it bulged. Let's see, let's go back. The second thing is go back in the text and read the sentence before and after to figure out what's going on, think about what's going on. Here's the word bulge. They even have it underlined for us. So here we go. Steam and melted rock sprayed into the air. So I'm visualizing this to help me think about what's going on. So here's the ground. Steam and melted rock sprayed into the air. Then the ground began to bulge. The flat field grew into a hill. So it grew into a hill. Bulge, let's see. So it grew like this. It didn't go down. It grew like this into a hill. So I'm visualizing this because I'm thinking about the sentences around it, use my context clues and visualize it. So it grew like this. So does bulge mean sink? No, that would be this way. Swell up. Well, swell up would be like a balloon, big, getting up like this. Yeah, that could be it. Disappear, the ground didn't disappear, it was still there. Forming a volcano. Or cool off. Well, no, it can't cool off because it was spraying rock and air, and then it grew in lava, and lava's hot, and I know that from my prior knowledge. So the best answer would be swell up. F. All right. Sorry, G, not F, G. All right, we're done with passage 1. There you go. Now let's go on to passage number 2. It's called The Kids Against Trash. So let me go ahead and clear all of my drawings, go back to the mouse, and go down for this one. All right, here we go. Kids Against Trash. So let me move something out of the way on my screen so I can see it better. There we go. Kids Against Trash. Keeping our environment clean is a big job. So before I read, I'm gonna think about what do I know about trash? I'm gonna try to find this main idea while I'm reading. All right, so I'm gonna look for important details because I stopped myself before I continue to read the rest instead of just reading it and keep on going on. I'm gonna look for my important details. And kids against trash. So there we go, that kids against trash means like maybe they're trying to pick it up. They're not like fighting it. And then my text feature over here is a trash can. Okay, I can see that. All right, keep our city clean. All right, so maybe the topic, maybe I can find my topic. Maybe it's about kids working together to clean up the trash. Kids cleaning up trash. I think that could be it, a topic, but let's read and find out. All right, so I found my topic, and I'm gonna look, I looked at my text features, now I'm gonna find some details while I'm reading. So it's definitely good to use these steps, and it can be used in any order while you're reading, but to use these steps. Just like the other one, we did it after we read, so now I'm gonna do it while I'm reading to show you either way it works. All right, keeping our environment clean is a big job, but there are ways for kids to help. For example, do you bring a bag of lunch with a juice box to school every day. In one school year, that adds up to a lot of bags and empty juice boxes in the trash. But you can do something about this. Just switch to the kind of bag and drink cup that you can use every day. That's an interesting fact. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to underline that. Or actually, I'm just going to put a little star right there. Just switch to the kind of bag and drink cup that you can use every day. Ooh, and even get your friends to switch too. Together, we can really make a significant difference. Ooh, that's a good one. You and your friends can also form a trash patrol in your neighborhood. That's cool. I'm gonna put a little asterisk there to say that's an important part because that gives me a text to book connection. And we always have to think about other things you're doing. That one right there, I remember reading a book about kids setting up a neighborhood recycling. It's sort of similar to this in one of the books we read in our small groups, with our small groups in class right before we left for spring break. So here we go. Get together, I'm gonna read the rest of it. Get together once a week to pick up paper, cans, and bottles. You may even be able to recycle this trash for money. Oh, interesting. Then you and your friends can share the profits. Ooh, I'm gonna put that down. That's an important part. There we go. All right, so I checked some important details. I looked at my text features. I even looked at my title and thought about it a couple times and what it could possibly mean as like the topic too. So let's do number 5. What is the main idea of this passage? So this is a main idea question, obviously. Kids can help the environment clean. People throw out trash cans and bottles. Lots of kids have joined trash patrols. Neighborhoods are easy to clean up. So remember, the main idea is what it's mostly about, not the details. So one thing that stood out to me when I was reading this is lots of kids have joined trash patrols. I checked that off over here somewhere, right here. You and your friends can also form a trash patrol in your neighborhood. It's not what it's mostly about. That's just a detail that I checked. So definitely not this one. So I'm going to put a text there. So people throw out paper cans and bottles. I don't remember anything about paper cans or bottles. And I'm looking back up right now. Oh, I see it. It says, get together once a week and pick up paper cans and bottles. It doesn't really people talk about people throwing them away. So I don't think that's what it's mostly about. Mostly about, it's like the title says, kids against trash. Kids cleaning up trash. Let me see which one says that. This one right here. Kids can help keep the environment clean. Neighborhoods are easy to clean up. Doesn't talk about how they're easy to clean up. I don't remember them saying that at all. I remember them saying how you have to get together to clean it up. Look, even up here together, you and your friends. So yeah, I think this is kids can help keep the environment clean. That is the passage is mostly about. It even goes along with, remember, ask yourself, what do all of these talk about? So all of these, the text features, more details, and even the topic, which the topic is kids cleaning trash. That's what it talks about. It talks about kids can help keep the environment clean. That is a complete sentence. So that is the main idea, where the topic is kids cleaning up trash. So there you go. All of these, the main idea, are all of our details talk about it, and even our picture talks about it. So yeah, that is a good one. That is the answer. What is the passage mostly about? Wait, isn't that the main idea? No. What is the passage mostly about? I think I'm looking down below and those are not complete sentences. So they're giving us a topic. They're rewording the topic for us. So let's see if we can find the topic. Remember, the topic is a few words, not a complete sentence. So we already know the main idea, so we can get the topic really easy. Because the main idea is kids can help keep the environment clean. Let's see which one goes along with that. Making money? No. So that's an outlier. Eating lunch at school? No, that's not what it's supposed to be about. Taking care of trash? Okay, that could be it. Let's do getting together with friends. Well, it did talk about getting together with friends. But what was the mostly about? It says right here, kids against trash, they're cleaning up trash, they can get together, make a significant difference. Okay, so that's not J, but the other two talk about trash. You and your friends can form a trash patrol. So I definitely think it's taking care of trash, because trash is more there than your friends just getting together. Because it's not just about, hey, let's hang out at our house, right? It's definitely talking about taking care of trash and how your friends can help do that. All right, so that's the difference between the main idea and the topic. Now let's go to number 7. Number 7, all right. This passage tells friends to use lunch bags and drink cups that are made from paper, doesn't cost too much money, can be reused, don't need to be washed. Whoops, don't need to be washed. All right, let's see. Well, that one doesn't make sense at all, because you definitely need to wash some stuff, right? So let's go back to wrong. That one is definitely an outlier. I don't think it's don't need to be washed, because if you're not washing it, you're just throwing away. So let's figure out which one it is. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to use, this is a detail question, so this is not about the main idea. This is a detail that supports the main idea. I'm going to use like we did the other time, use some keywords. I see these keywords, lunch bags and drinks, so that's what they're talking about. So it tells us about lunch bags and drinks. What does it tell us? Let's see. Ooh, no, I don't see drink cups. I see, bags. Bags and drink cups right here. Let's read that sentence. Just switch to the kind of bag and drink cup that you can reuse every day. Oh, there we go. See, can be reused. Got it, because I went back and I looked in my text for those keywords to help me find that detail. All right, I'm going to clear the screen again and go to the last one. All right, the passage says, together you can really make a difference. Sorry, I skipped the word that they were talking about. Together you can make a significant difference. What does significant mean? Okay, so we're going to have to go back up here to find what significant means. Does it amuse, important, ordinary, famous? So I'm going to think about it, use my context clues like I did before, and I'm going to think about it. So we reread it. Together you can make a significant difference. So maybe a big difference, an impact difference. We'll have to see. So let's go back and let's look up and do our second step for context clues, reading around the word. So here we go. Get, we even have it underlined, get your friends to switch to. Together you can make a significant difference. You and your friends can also form a trash patrol in your neighborhood. It still doesn't tell me what significant means. You're forming a trash patrol, maybe big. You know what? This is a time where we go to step 3 and we use a word in its place to see if it makes sense. So let's use these words. Amusing. Together we can really make an amusing difference. Together you can really make an important difference. That makes sense. Together you can really make an ordinary difference. Well, if you're ordinary, you didn't really it's just the same, and you're not trying to be the same, you're trying to clean it up and get rid of it. Together we can make a famous difference. Famous? We're not trying to be famous by cleaning up trash. We're just trying to make a difference, like a big difference. So I think the best one would be G, because we filled it in and saw which one made sense and try to find another word that means the same thing. There we go. So passage 3 is done. Now we have some questions to go over, and then we are done. You can see the what's in here. I don't know. All right. All right, here we go. Let's go down to the last part. All right, so these don't have passages. These are just like language questions. All right, so which sentence could come first in this paragraph? So we read the sentence, we read the paragraph first and then plug it in. They come in every shape and color you can imagine. Some of these animals swim and others creep along the ocean floor. Some animals never move at all. Okay, let's see. Would it be oceans cover most of the earth? They come in every shape and color you can imagine? No, I don't think so. Because oceans, I don't think that's a good answer because oceans, they're sort of all together. It's sort of one big shape. And I mean, they do come in different colors, like different shades of blue and green, but not all colors you can imagine. So I don't think that's a good one. And also the next sentence says some of these animals swim, which don't go along with that first sentence. So I don't think that's a good one. Let's do the next one. Many different animals live in the ocean. They come in every shape and color you can imagine. Okay, animals do come in many shapes and colors, okay? And they live in the ocean. Some of these animals swim and others creep along the ocean floor. Some animals never move at all. Okay, so B is definitely a B because it does make sense because there are different animals in the ocean and every sentence goes with that one. Fish can live in rivers, lakes, and oceans. They come in every shape and color you can imagine. Okay, I know they come in every color, but shape, pretty much a fish shape, whether no matter what size it is, big or small, it's sort of the same. There's not really much difference in the shape of them. So, and it's talking about the ocean, and wait, it says some of these animals, well, if it's a fish, that's one animal. So why would they say animals, different types of animals? And some animals never move at all. Yeah, I don't think that. It's that one. The ocean is a mysterious place. Well, that's true. But again, it says the ocean is a mysterious place. And then they come in every shape and color you can imagine. And it's like A. Oceans don't come in every shape and color you can imagine. It's like one big thing out there. And different shades of blue and greens. So the best one would definitely be B. There we go, and that is the answer. Just remember to go back and plug it in and think about what's going on. That's another one of those context clues steps you can use, even though we're not really figuring out a word, we're figuring out a whole sentence there. All right, 10. Choose a pair of sentences that best support these topics, okay? And then I thought it said, like, I have to pick two, but then it says pair of sentences, and each of these answers have two sentences with them, so I just need to pick one answer. All right. That best support the topic sentence. Wait. That would be like the main idea and the supporting details. So that means all of these sentences have to be related to the topic sentence. Okay. A star is a fascinating sea creature. I caught a starfish once. Okay. Most starfish have 5 arms. That's not really means fascinating. Like that's just normal facts about starfish. So, and I caught a starfish once doesn't tell me a fact about a starfish. So that doesn't support the topic. All right. G, a starfish has eyes and feet on its arms. I did not know it had eyes and feet on its arm. That is fascinating. If an arm falls off, it grows back. So it doesn't just get cut off, it grows back. That's really cool. That's another fascinating fact. So this is definitely a maybe. Starfish eat shellfish. That's interesting. These include oysters, clams, and scallops. That sentence goes with the other sentence. So that's a supporting detail that goes with this sentence. So that is not talking about the starfish as a fascinating sea creature. Only one of those things there. So don't think it would be age. Most starfish live about 4 years. Okay. Some may live to 7 years. Okay, that's not fascinating. That's just telling me they live between 4 and 7 years. Okay, that's a fact. but we're going with fascinating facts because that's what the topic says. So the answer would be G, because those are fascinating. Eyes and feet on its arm, and it's oh, and grows back. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right. So see how I thought about it? I stopped and I thought. I didn't just go straight through and pick one. That's what you need to do too when you're reading. You need to stop and think so you can understand what you're reading. And it really helps you with that comprehension. Find a sentence that is complete and is written correctly. The biggest animal in the world, not a giant dinosaur. A blue whale is nearly 100 feet long, living in every ocean. All right, so remember we talked about this back in class a couple of weeks ago. Every sentence has to have a subject and a predicate. We've learned this since the beginning. This was part of second grade, and we carried it over to third grade. And the basics of a sentence. If you have a sentence, you have to have a subject and a predicate. The subject is the who. Who are you talking about in the sentence? And the predicate is what they are doing. So the subject is who, and all the words before who we are talking about, that noun. And the predicate is what they're doing, that verb, and everything after that verb. Okay, so those are the two things we need to have to make a complete sentence. Let's see if these sentences have. The biggest animal in the world. Okay, that's the who. The biggest animal in the world. What did the biggest animal in the world do? Or what is the biggest animal in the world? So is there a subject and predicate there? Nope. So that's a no. Next, a giant dinosaur. Or not a giant dinosaur. Or do. There's no subject, or there's a subject there. Not a giant dinosaur. But what did the giant dinosaur not do? There's no verb there. So no, because every sentence has to have that subject, predicate, which is a noun, and a verb. A blue whale is nearly 100 feet long. Okay, a balloon whale is what we are talking about. The blue whale is the subject. And what is it doing? What is the predicate? Is nearly 100 feet tall. That's the verb. Is nearly 100 feet tall. That is a complete sentence. And the last one, living in every ocean. What's living in every ocean? What's the subject? We just have a verb. So yeah, C is a complete sentence because it has that subject, which is the noun, and the predicate, which is the verb. Okay, subject and predicate there. Let's do the next one and find out. Last one. Last one. All right, here we go. I know it's a long video, but you can do it. Find a sentence that is complete and is written correctly. A sea cucumber is not a vegetable. I see the subject. A sea cucumber. What is it doing? That's the predicate. Is not a vegetable. That is complete. Let's just double check the other ones. An animal with a long round body. What does the animal do? There's no verb. What is it doing? It's just the noun there and the subject. Rows of tube feet and a mouth at one end. Okay, so what's the subject? What has rows of 2 feet and a mouth at the end? I don't know. Crawling in sand and mud. That's a verb. What is crawling in sand and mud? Don't know again. So the answer is F. That is a complete sentence. A sea cucumber is not a vegetable. All right. Oh, we finally made it through this long passage, but I'm glad. I wish I was there to actually teach this with you and see you. But next week we'll be able to go live on Zoom and I will see you. So now you'll watch the videos tomorrow, or actually now you're going to watch Mr. B's videos after you do your lunch and your social studies and recess and all that fun stuff and specials. And then you'll watch Mr. B's videos later today, and then you'll watch my videos tomorrow. So I am done with you today. Bye. And oh, I can't wait to see you guys. And let's see what's in here. It's a spider.